What up? What up? Welcome back to Quarantining with Kara, starring me, Kara. Today on the schedule we have Yin Yang Yoga. I've got Instagram live going right now and I've got Facebook live going right now. Again, this is just in case Instagram crashes and so that I have a video to share on YouTube. Again, I will post a link so that you guys can do this video in your own time. So I just wanted to give a little description of what's going to be going on today. Hey, Aunt Linda. We're going to be doing the yin yang, like I said. If you guys tuned in a couple weeks ago, we did do a yin class. We did an entire class of yin. Yin, just to go over again, is really deep stretches that we hold for long periods of time. So anywhere from about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm not going to be holding these poses that long today. I'll be probably holding them anywhere from 1 to 2, maybe 3 minutes if we have time. So yeah, I mean, yin yoga really, it goes deep into the muscle tissue, and the longer we stay, the deeper it goes. So we go beyond the muscle tissue into the fascia tissue. So that's all that connective tissue, to make sure that we could really loosen everything up. So it can be a little bit painful. So I recommend having some blocks, having a glass of water near your mat, and then just taking it slow, right? So yin yoga is all about just chilling out. But today, because we have yin and yang, we know that the two are opposites. If yin is going to be stretching and slow, finding stillness and coming back to our breath constantly, then yang is going to be the strengthening side of it, with a lot of movement. We're creating fire. So I'm going to switch them up today, and I'm going to do the yang portion first, the yin portion second. So we're going to have an opportunity to really create heat in the body, warm everything up, and then slow it down and go deeper into those stretches, right? So it's going to feel a lot better once we've warmed the body up. So without any further ado, let's get started. I've got my yoga mat already set up. I've got a big glass of tea. If you guys want to grab some water, I've got my 2 blocks set up next to the mat, and we'll get started. So I'm going to have everybody start today in the middle of their mat, facing the long side. So big toes will be touching, heels will be slightly spaced, and your arms are going to come along your sides. From here, your palms are just facing out, and you want to take a deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and let it go. We're trying to slow the heart rate down. So again, deep breath in. Out through the mouth. Let's seal up those lips. Take a deep breath in. And then breathe out of the nose. Again. What we're really trying to do here is just warm up the body from the inside, right? So we're slowing the heart rate down. We're keeping everything really calm and collected in the body. And this is the Ujjayi breath. This is the breath that I want you to try to maintain for the rest of the practice. So even when things get a little bit challenging, I want you to always try to come back to this breathing. Take one more deep breath in. And out. From here, inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Palms are going to meet high overhead. And then as you exhale, I want you to thread your fingers together and press the palms up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, get really long through the side body. Draw your stomach muscles in. And exhale, reach. Again, breath in. And exhale. Now looking up towards the hands, I want you to bring the palms together to touch. And then exhale, you're driving the thumbs back behind you. So lifting the center of the chest up, pressing the hips forward. Keep the shoulders low as you reach up out of the fingers. One more breath in. Inhale, come back to center. Thread those fingers back together and release the index finger. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, stretch left. Now I want you to root down through the outer edge of your right foot as you reach overhead towards the left. You're spinning your under armpit down underneath you and rolling the top armpit up and away. Take another deep breath in. Last one. Inhale, slow to rise. Exhale, just cactus the arms out to the side. Lift your chest up. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, separate the feet and lower down into a goddess pose. So your toes are slightly angled out to the sides. And then your elbows are just bent to 90 degrees. You're drawing your stomach muscles in and tucking your tailbone under. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, get low. Again. Inhale, rise back up, just straightening the legs, and then extend the arms long. You're gonna turn your left foot to face the back of the mat, and then just make sure that your right foot is about 90 degrees, and I want you to just step it back, so you've got a really wide stance here. I want you to draw those stomach muscles in, take a deep breath in, reach forward to the left foot, and then as you exhale, turn the palms to the side and lower the outside of the left hand to the inside of the left leg. Right arm is now reaching up, and you're lifting up out of the right side body. So there's no weight really dropping into the bottom hand here. You want to use the obliques to lift and lengthen. And then just turning your chest to face up. Maybe you can look at your top hand. Inhale, slowly come back up, bring your hands onto your hips, and then just pivot to face the back of your mat. I want you to angle the toes in to about 45 degrees and maybe step your foot up in a little bit closer. So now that the hips are square, you're gonna go ahead and reach for opposite elbows behind you. Now, if you're really open through the chest and the collarbone, you can come into reverse prayer just by bringing the palms together behind your back and pulling the shoulders back. Whichever variation you have, tuck the stomach muscles in, take a breath in. And then exhale, hinge forward, and stop when you get to a flat back. From here, shift the left hip back, roll the right hip forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold the rest of the way. Try not to lock out the front leg here. You want it to be really strong. Again, we're strengthening the body here. So you may notice a little bit of shaking. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm shaking a little bit here. Keep the core muscles engaged. Last one. Maybe tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhale, slow. Roll all the way back up. Release the arms, shake them out, and then extend them all the way up. From here, I want you to lower down into a lunge, so you may need to move the back foot back a couple inches, and then just press down into the ball of the back foot while you extend your back heel really high. Again, hips are facing forward. Your right hip is rolling forward. Draw the stomach in so you're really tight through the core and lengthen up through the arms. 2 deep breaths. Inhale, get a little bit longer through the arms. And then exhale as slow as you can. I want you to lower that back knee all the way down to the ground. Once it's rooted down into the mat, you can untuck your back toes, take a breath in, get more length. Exhale, press your hips forward and down. So this is a really big hip opener right here. I want you to breathe into this. Two more breaths. We're taking everything nice and slow. Last one. Reach up really high on the breath in. As you exhale, both hands are going to land to the inside of your now front foot. Then from here, you're just going to walk the hands towards the middle of the mat and pivot. So you're on the ball of the back foot while the right foot is now flexed. And you can keep your hands down here on the mat if that feels good. Just lift your chest up and roll your shoulders back. If you feel secure enough and you want to go ahead and bring your hands towards your heart, go ahead and try to lengthen out the spine, keeping the crown of the head reaching up, chin tucked. 2 breaths here. Wherever you are, bring your hands down in front of you. I want you to walk that long leg in and come into your yogi squat. So the heels are pressing down, knees are moving wide, thumbs coming into the center of your chest. You're going to use those elbows to press the knees a little bit wider. Tailbone is really heavy. You're trying to sit up really tall, so you're moving the center of your chest into your thumbs. And then drop those shoulders back and tuck the chin. Let's take 2 really deep breaths. Hands come down. We're doing the same thing on the other side. So we're just moving back into reverse, basically. Left leg now goes long. Flex that left foot. So now you're high on the ball of the right foot. And again, your hands are either down, long spine, shoulders back, or you can go ahead, trust your base, and lengthen up. Keep flexing, core is engaged. Drop the shoulders, long spine. Breath in. And out. Last one. Hands will come down to the mat. You're going to pivot now to face the front of the mat. And I want you to tap the back knee down. Untuck the back toes. Lift your arms up nice and high. You might need to walk your front foot forward just a little bit to make sure that the knee doesn't go over the ankle. You want to try to track the knee on top of the ankle. So go ahead and press those hips forward and down. Two more breaths. Keep drawing the stomach in. Back toes are going to tuck now. I want you to lift the back knee up and come into a crescent lunge. So again, that knee is not in front of the right ankle. You're keeping a perfect 90-degree angle here as you reach up. Let's take 2 breaths. Last one. Okay. Hands come together, lower them down in front of your heart. Bring the hands onto the hips. And then I want you to walk that back foot in. Keep the toes so that they're facing forward and square off the hips. If you did it on the other side and you reach for opposite elbows or reverse prayer, I want you to do that again. Lengthen up, breath in. Exhale, hinge forward and stop at a flat back. Shift the right hip back, left hip rolls forward. And then lengthen the spine. So you have to tuck your chin just a little bit and reach the crown of the head forward. Take a breath in. Move those shoulder blades back and fold. Breath in and out. Last 2. Inhale, slowly rise. And then pivot towards the side of your mat. You're going to separate the legs, lengthen the arms out to the side. Now your front foot is your right foot, so that's facing the front of your mat as the back foot's at 90 degrees. Arms are super long, shoulders are lowering down. Inhale, reach forward, shift your left hip back. Exhale, drop the outside of your right hand to the inside of your right leg. Left arm reaches high. And you can either rest the back of your hand to your right calf right here, or you can keep the hand dangling so that you know you're working the obliques. Keep reaching up. Spin the chest to face the ceiling. Last breath. Inhale, slowly coming back up into Trikonasana. Toes are going to face out to the sides, and you're coming into a goddess pose. So get nice and low. Elbows at 90. Lift the chest. Tuck the tailbone under. Sit lower. Last two. Final one. Inhale to rise up. Lengthen the arms high. Step or heel toe the feet back together. Big toes touching. And then just cactus the arms out to the side. Inhale, reach it high. Bring the palms together. Interlace the fingers. Release the index. Lengthen up, breathe in. Exhale, stretch right. Keep pulling the stomach muscles in as you feel length growing up the left side of your body. Anchor down through the outside of the left foot and keep reaching to the right. Breath in. And breath out. And you're trying to find length along the right side body as well, so we're not crunching down. You're lifting up out of the waist and just stretching over it. Inhale, come back up to center. Bring the palms together to touch. Look up at your hands and then bring the thumbs back. Lift the chest, breath in, breath out. So we're in a standing back bend here, trying not to drop the gaze back completely. You're just looking up at the hands. So there's a little bit of an engagement here in the throat. Inhale brings you back up to neutral. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms high. Deep breath in. And breath out. Stretch. Last breath in. And then as you breathe out, bring the palms to touch. Lower them down in front of your heart and release along your sides. We'll now come to start at the back of the mat. Feet are going to be about hip width distance. I would say inner hip width distance, which is about 2 fists. From here, inhale. Lengthen high. Exhale, just fold forward with the stomach muscles pulling in. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Reach for opposite elbows. Let the shoulders get heavy. Drop your gaze. Tuck your chin. Shift more weight towards the toes here. And then maybe bend the knees slightly. I want you to come back to your deep breath. Maybe you want to shift the hips side to side, or shake your head yes, shake your head no, just releasing any kinks along the neck and shoulders. Inhale, release the arms, nice and slow. You'll unravel, come all the way up to stand at the back of your mat. The last thing to come up will be your head. And then once you get there, let's take a few shoulder rolls. And then move it in the other direction. Okay, coming back to Tadasana. Keep the feet about inner hip width distance apart. Inhale, reach the arms high, palms meet. Exhale, hands to heart. Stomach muscles pull in, hinge forward and fold. Inhale, flat back. Either your fingertips are on the mat or your hands are on your shin. Roll your shoulders back and then release. Let's do that again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. This time, inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk your hands forward and come into a high plank. So you may need to step it back just a little bit. Once you get into your high plank, make sure that the wrists are right underneath the shoulders. And you're pressing down through the balls of the feet and lifting the heels up really high. Squeeze the core muscles in, squeeze the glutes. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, press it back to a down dog. And then from here, you can pedal the legs out, bend one knee, straighten the other, shift the hips from side to side, or maybe it's just immediately coming into stillness and heavying the heels. Whichever you choose to do, just keep lifting the hips up high and hollowing out the armpits. So you're wrapping your shoulders down. Take a deep breath in and then out. Inhale rolls you forward. Find that high plank. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, press the mat away. Come back up into a high plank. Exhale, down dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, roll it forward. Squeeze the core. Exhale, keep squeezing the core, lower halfway. Inhale, press the mat away. Exhale, down dog. Last round. Inhale, roll it forward. Exhale, halfway lower. Elbows are facing the back of the mat. Inhale to press it up. Exhale to press it back. From your down dog, I want you to inhale your right leg up nice and high and point the toes. Now, reach it up even higher. Take a breath in. Exhale your right knee to your right elbow. Stay here, breath in. As you breathe out, kick it back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, right knee to left elbow and stay here. Now you're gonna look left, extend your right leg left, and then just come to the knife edge of your right foot. So the pinky edge is down, and roll the inner arch of your left foot down. Extend the left arm high. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, stretch over your head with the top hand. One breath in. And one breath out. Slow. Bring your left palm back to the mat. Extend your right leg all the way up behind you. Three-legged down dog. You're pulling your right heel towards your left glute. Open up through the right side body. So your right knee is facing the sky. Left heel is rooted down into the ground. Take a deep breath in. And out. One more. Inhale, extend your right leg up. Exhale, pull your right knee toward your nose. Step your right foot down in between your hands. And then I want you to climb your hands up on top of your right thigh. So you're staying really low. Really low. Your front knee is at 90. And then I want you to press your knee away from you to straighten out the spine. Deep breath in. Extend the arms high. Exhale, get low. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, as slow as you can, lower that left knee all the way down to the mat. Untuck the back toes. Keep reaching up. Press the hips forward and down. 3 breaths here. Draw the stomach muscles in. Straighten out the spine and settle the shoulders. Reach up. Press forward. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms down on the ground, framing your front foot. And then I want you to walk your hands back as you straighten your front leg and flex your right foot. Inhale, lift your chest up, keep the hips square. Exhale, fold over your right thigh. Now notice my back leg. So my left hip is stacked right on top of my left knee. You don't want to press it back like this. That takes the challenge out of the pose. You want to try to stay up. Keep flexing the front foot. 2 more breaths. Nice and slow. Inhale, roll the chest up. Exhale, walk the hands forward, bend the front knee. You're planting your palms down again, right to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Extend your right leg back to a hover. So now you're in a 3-legged plank. Take 2 breaths here. Tap your right toes down. Glide forward like 2 inches. And then exhale, lower halfway, elbows facing the back wall. Inhale, pull your chest up and through. Find an up dog. Thighs are lifted, shoulders are rolling back. And then exhale, transition straight back into your down dog. We're gonna do that on the other side. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. Neutralize the spine and catch our breath. Inhale, left leg extends high, point the toes. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Stay here, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, kick it up and back. Deep breath in. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. So you're crossing it underneath your body. Stay here, chest is squared. And then extend your left leg out to the right side. From here, roll the inner arch of your right foot down. Extend your right arm high. Breath in. Breath out, stretch over your head. Lift the hips up. Keep the core drawing in. Inhale, right palm roots down. Extend your left leg up and back. 3-legged down dog. Pull the left heel towards the right glute. Open the left knee up. Root your right heel down into the ground. Couple deep breaths. Pressing down equally into both palms here to keep the chest square. Inhale, extend the left leg up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step your left foot down and through. And then from here, ride all the way up, planting the hands on top of the thigh. Lift your chest, press the knee away from you. Back heel is super high and your back leg is straight. Now, if you're having a difficult time straightening out your spine, you can always bend your back leg just a little bit, then straighten out, and then lengthen the leg. Arms are gonna reach up. Take a breath in. Breath out, get low. 2 more, stay with me. Last one. Reach up, breath in. Nice and slow, lower that back knee all the way down to the ground. Untuck the back toes, breathe in, reach high. Exhale, press the hips forward and down. Breath in. And breath out. 1 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms go down, framing your front foot. Walk the hands back as you lengthen the front leg and flex the left foot. Inhale, lengthen the chest. Exhale to fold. Stay here, a couple of rounds of breath. Keep flexing that front foot. Last breath. Inhale, lift the chest, gaze forward. Walk the hands forward as you bend the front knee. Plant the palms, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, extend your left leg back to a hover. Strong core for 2 breaths. You guys got this. You're pressing the mat away. Try not to cave into the shoulder blades. I want you to lift the spine up. Then tap the left toes, glide forward a couple inches. Exhale, lower halfway, elbows facing the back of the mat. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale into a down dog. 4 rounds of breath here. See if you can gradually slow those exhales down and come into that therapeutic breath. Inhale, lift up onto the toes, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees a ton, and then just bring your right knee back behind your right wrist, left knee behind your left wrist, and then bring the big toes to touch behind you. You're gonna sit up on the heels. So your knees are gonna be really wide in this position. we're coming into Virasana, or reclining hero. So if you have blocks and you would like to use them, we're gonna be in this pose for about 2 minutes. So I'm gonna show you both variations. I'll show you modified first. If you have those blocks or bolsters or pillows or rolled up blankets, I want you to set it up so that the first block or whatever it is you're using is moving lengthwise along your spine. And then the back prop is gonna be up on the highest setting. So from here, you wanna walk your hands back, lift your hips up, and then tuck your tailbone under so that your tailbone is facing forward. From here, you start to lower down onto your forearms. Now this may be enough. You may just want to stay here or stay at the hands, wherever you're feeling it. As long as you're feeling a deep stretch through the quads, the shins, the ankles, and the knee, great. If you're feeling sharp pain through the knee, don't go further than this, okay? You're already getting the full extent of the pose. For everybody who is wanting to go a little bit deeper, you can lower down onto your forearms and then make sure that that first prop is lined up along your spine to support you. Then as you come down, that back prop is going to be really high to support your head. Your arms will come along your sides, palms facing up. We're staying here. Maybe shut down the eyes. We've got quite a few rounds of breath, so I really want you to dive deep into this pose. For anybody who does not want to use the props, you will come down onto the forearms first, and then slowly find your range and come there. It's just basically stopping at our edge, something you know that you can maintain for about 2 minutes. If you're all the way down on the mat, you want to stretch out the side body and the arms, you can extend the arms overhead, palms facing up, maybe reach for opposite elbows. And then just focus on your breath work here. Try to count your inhales. See if you can count up to about 5 on the inhale. And the exhale has to be a bit slower in order to slow the heart rate. So maybe you can count an exhale of 6. Softening all the muscles in your body. Trying to release the spine here and feeling the stretch just growing up across the front of the body. You'll notice this pose is used quite often as a restorative pose. If you've got blocks or props, it feels really good. If you're really deep and you're all the way down, we're in yin. So you're gonna feel that. And I just want you to keep breathing into it. We're halfway through. If you're all the way down, see if you can tuck your chin towards your chest. Lengthen out the spine just a little bit more. About 3 more breaths. And when you're ready to come out of this, you'll extend your arms forward first, grab onto your calves, your ankles, or the sides of your feet, and press yourself up onto your forearms. From here, you can maneuver yourself all the way back up to seated, and then just bring the thighs together to touch and sit on the heels. Palms are gonna land on top of the thighs, long spine, breath in, out the mouth. Okay. So we're moving back into the hips again. So we're going to plant our hands forward and then just shift the knees out from underneath us. You can wiggle the hips from side to side when you come into your tabletop. Now I'm going to turn lengthwise just so that you guys can see me better. If you guys want to turn lengthwise just to protect the knees, go ahead, unless you're on a carpet and you can pretty much do this anywhere. You want to take your legs out wide. So your knees are still going to be bent at 90, But then I want you to make sure when you look back that your ankles are tracking your knees. So they're extended back directly from the knee joint, and then you're flexing your feet, okay? So take the knees out as wide as they'll go, and then I want you to lower down onto your forearms. All right, so it's like you're a wishbone right here and you're about to be broken in half. I want you to, it's a really bad analogy. I want you to go ahead and tuck your chin down towards your chest. And we're gonna stay for about a minute total. So keep the feet flexed. And then the hips are really in line with the knees here. So you're not shifting forward. We're trying not to shift back. And you can let the stomach muscles go here so you can start to soften through the core. Maybe you've got a block or a pillow or something you'd like to put underneath your head. But let's take about 3 more breaths. And then nice and slow, you'll lift your gaze in your chest, put the hands underneath you to lift, and then slowly move those knees back in. If you're facing the side of your mat, you're gonna wanna come to face the front of the mat again. And then from here, just lengthen the legs out behind you. So you're coming down completely onto your chest. Elbows are gonna go underneath the shoulders. Palms are flat, fingers are spreading wide. We're lifting up into a Sphinx pose. So this is gonna have a lot more going on than it looks. You're pressing down through the tops of the feet, the legs are together, and then lift the kneecaps up. So keep the hips pressing down, and then just lift the kneecaps. It looks like Facebook just got cut off. All right, Instagram, you're still with me. Keep lifting the chest. Roll the shoulders back. And then gradually start to tuck the chin, bringing the crown of the head high. Shoulders are moving back. Knees stay lifted the entire time, pressing down into the palms and the forearms. Got about 3 breaths left here. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze those core muscles in. You're trying to bring the navel towards the spine. So there's a lot of flexion here in the low back. Let's do one more breath. And then as the palms press down, you straighten the arms, come into a full seal pose. Again, the chin is tucked, crown of the head is reaching high, and you're pressing the mat away from you. Knees are still lifted here. Deep breath in. And out. Final 3 breaths. Slowly you'll lower down onto the forearms and then lower the knees. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders and press back into a child's pose. Knees are going to be touching here in this child's pose because I want you to release the low back. So go ahead and lower your forehead down onto the ground or to a block and stretch your arms straight out in front of you. This is not an active child's pose, so you can let the elbows just rest on the mat. Maybe you want to start by just shifting the hips from side to side. And then finding some stillness for the last few rounds of breath. Feel free at any point to stretch the arms out in front of you, palms rooting down. Start to get that stretch through the side body. Last breath. Inhale, roll up into your tabletop. Line everything up. We'll tuck the toes, press the hips back towards the heels. Take a breath in. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. One cycle of breath here. Inhale, right leg extends high. Exhale, right knee to right wrist. Tap the knee down onto the mat and then just swing the right ankle over to the left wrist. You'll now slide that left leg back behind you and set yourself up for your pigeon prep. So what I like to do here is make my right shin parallel to the front of the mat and flex my right foot. Now sometimes if it's just not as loose through the hip, I actually stretched before I did this class today, so I'm feeling pretty good in this. If you did not, you may want to just pull the right heel closer towards your groin muscle and then square the hips off. I want you to look back over your left shoulder. Make sure that that back leg is out nice and long. And then take a breath in. Exhale, walk the hands forward and land on the forearms, okay? Now, you'll have an option to stay here. Maybe you've got a prop and you want to go ahead and lower it down underneath your forehead. Those are always going to be available to you. Today we're going to try something a little bit different though. So what I'm going to have everybody do is take your left arm underneath your right arm and stretch it all the way out to the right. So it's coming off the mat. Then you'll lower your left ear down to the ground and either stretch your right arm forward or inhale, sweep your right arm up, sweep it around your low back, and grab onto the right toes. Open the right shoulder blade up and reach out to the side and keep opening. Find your Ujjayi breath and continue to breathe deeply into the core. Let's take about 5 breaths together here. And then carefully, you want to come out of this just as easily as you came into it. So you stretch your right arm high, plant the palm down, and slide it back in line with your face. You'll press up to unravel, bring your left hand down to the mat, and then lift your chest up. Tuck your back toes under, and then press into the palms and drive your right leg back, pedal out the legs. Let's do that on the left side. Left leg reaches high. Exhale, left knee, left wrist, tap it down. Bring the ankle over to the right wrist and slide the right leg back. Okay. Get yourself lined up in a pigeon that works for you. Look over your right shoulder, make sure the right leg is long. Lift the chest up, take a deep breath in. Exhale, walk the hands forward, land on the forearms. If you took a block on the last round, again, you may want to come into that. You may want to try something different on this side. Hips are different for everybody. Sometimes we're way more open on one side than we are on the other. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and try the little bit of a prep here to extra stretch my spine. Extend my right arm underneath my left, lower down onto my right shoulder and my right ear. Option to extend the left arm straight up ahead or sweep it around your back and grab onto the left foot. Take a breath in, really reach that right arm, the bottom arm out, and then exhale, open the left shoulder, maybe lift your gaze. 5 breaths. Nice and slow. Let's move out of this. Bring the left arm up and around. Slide the hand in front of the face. Press into the palm and unravel. Okay. Instead of coming back into down dog though, you'll shift your weight onto your left hip and extend both legs forward. You can go ahead, shake them out, or smack the backs of the knees down onto the mat. And then just sit up really tall here. Inhale, extend your arms high, flex your feet. Exhale to fold. Grab onto anything you can, and then inhale, pull your chest through as you roll the shoulders back and down. Exhale to fold, elbows facing the mat, chin to chest. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale to fold. Stay here. 6 rounds of breath. Drawing the stomach muscles in. Keep trying to stretch forward, trying to bring the center of the chest towards the knees rather than the nose towards the knees. Inhale, really slow. Lift your chest up, walk your hands back. And then just walk the feet in. Keep your feet about inner hip width distance apart. And you're going to take your right arm underneath your right thigh. Plant the palm on top of the left shin. Same thing with the other side. So twist tying yourself up here, right? Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest, round the spine as you lean back, trying to straighten the arms. And keep the chin connected to the chest here. Soles of the feet are rooting down into the mat. And you want to try to shift the majority of the weight towards the back of the mat. 5 rounds of breath. Each exhale, you squeeze those stomach muscles in nice and tight. Releasing the entire spine. Inhale, lift the chest up. Go ahead, straighten the legs out. Make sure you've got space on your mat. You're going to be coming all the way down onto your back. And once you get nice and flat, pull the knees in towards your chest. Plant your palms on top of your shins. And then go ahead, rock it out from side to side, giving the low back a little bit of a massage here. And then landing neutral. Flex the feet. Bring the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Take your arms to the insides of your legs. And then reach the hands to the outsides of the feet. Okay? So the elbows are inside the legs still, while you're grabbing onto the pinky edge of your feet. Now the feet are super flexed, so your heels are pressing up towards the sky as the toes are pulling towards your face. Now I want you to use the energy in your legs to pull your hands away from you, but at the same time, use your hands to pull your feet down. So the knees are essentially moving towards the mat, okay? Shoulders are pulling down towards the ground and your chin is tucked. So you've got a really long spine here. And we'll find 6 breaths. So you're really working in this pose. You're not just hanging out. I want you to really be pulling down on the feet as the feet press the hands away. And then stay cemented down into the ground as you breathe into the hip joints. Slowly, you can ease up tension, draw the soles of the feet together, and then lower the feet down onto the mat, knees flopped out wide. Option to take your arms out to the sides, palms facing up, full surrender here. Gentle hip opener. You can take your hands to the insides of the thighs for a little bit more of a grounding effect. Maybe you want to take your right hand to your low belly, your left hand towards your heart. Whatever your body is asking for. Just try to relax here. And then again, always coming back to that breath. So remaining present, even in this stillness. Checking in with your body, seeing what's going on. Can you slow the heart rate down even more? Just a couple more breaths, and we will move into our Shavasana. So allow this little added hip opener to soften the body. Slowly, you can use your hands. Take to the outsides of the thighs, press the knees up towards one another, and then just straighten one leg out at a time, taking the legs wide. Arms along the sides, palms facing up. Lift the chest a little bit and roll the shoulders underneath. Toes flop wide out to the sides. Get out any of those little wiggles. And get prepared to land in your final pose. Try not to skip Shavasana if you can. I mean, Shavasana is one of the most beneficial poses of the entire yoga class. This is where you get to absorb everything that your body just did. So let it sink in. And then start to soften the breath as you come back to your natural flow. Maybe you can separate the teeth and the lips, peel the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And allow all the muscles in your body to become heavy. And I will leave you guys here in your Shavasana. I urge you to stay for as many breaths as you can. When you're ready to come out, you'll do so very slowly. Instagram stuck with me. Facebook cut out. I'll be sure to post this link on my Facebook now for anybody who wants to check it out. Guys, it was nice flowing with you today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.